Hi everyone, this is Demari and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'll be doing the tarot reading for career and personal growth for the sign of Aries. Now, as you can see, I am present this time. It's not just my hands and the cards on the table. I figured it'd be good to change the format a little bit, see what you prefer, and maybe just switch things up in general every now and then, right? Just keep it interesting. So first thing, I just want to go straight ahead with the Intuitive Tarot deck. So what I want to know to begin with, to help give you some clarity in regards to your work situation, is where you're at this present time. So what is it that Aries has going on right now? Wow, then the card. Okay, so you have the Seven of Cups in reverse. Gosh, and that was really violent the way it came out. So you guys are really not feeling so fulfilled, huh? I mean, I already knew that from your shadow work reading, but still that came out really strongly. Like you're still not where you want to be. In terms of what it is that you truly dream about, whether it's your career or a dream job or just your passions. I feel like you're really feeling the drain of not doing what you really love. And yeah, you definitely need to change that, Aries. It can't be that way. I mean, I think for many of you, you're already starting to formulate a plan, as I was saying in my shadow work reading. If you haven't seen that, check it out. But yeah, I think that some of you are still kind of second guessing whether or not you're capable of doing it, but you are. That's what you need to realize you are. You just need to look into what you'll need to kick things off, right? Because you always need some resources, or you just have to dedicate time, or you need to contact certain people. You know, there's always something that needs to be done, right, before you can begin. So you should really look into that, because I feel like your frustration is really starting to show. So it's time that you just kind of get out of your head and your emotions and really just start doing the work and see how you can best make it a reality. So, I mean, in terms of that, what could be the thing that's holding you back most, or what needs addressing, right? In terms of being able to act on this idea that you've had for a while. So you've got the Three of Pentacles in reverse. So, yeah, I think for many of you, you feel like you don't have the means in order to make it, being able to manifest it. You don't have the resources, or like, it can be in terms of money, but it may be that you don't have quite the right skill set in terms of being able to create the base, like the platform for it. Or there may be some aspect of it that's kind of halting you. Maybe it's the production, maybe it's more expensive than you thought it was, or maybe the people you've been relying on to kind of help you make this happen haven't been so forthcoming in terms of actually carrying the work out. It could be a number of things, but I feel like something in particular has been halting your progress. It's not that you don't have the drive, you're full of that, right? Aries, you're full of drive. It's just that there's some logistical aspect that's been preventing you from being able to really make it come to light, to actually really start executing the plan. But I feel like that's going to change. Like, I don't think that that's going to just stay that way. I think, yeah, it's been dragging on and it's taken longer than you'd hoped, but I feel like, you know, like there will be a window of opportunity for you to turn it around. Like, someone's either going to come and step in and give you a hand, or you're going to find a way to do it, right? That's what I feel like. Like, it's not, all hope isn't lost, right? You may feel like at the moment that it's never going to happen, but it will. It's just, you know, there's certain things that need to come together for it to happen, right? And I feel like slowly the universe is pulling them together. It just takes time. That's the thing. Why are all these cards flying out? Yeah, Ace of Swords in reverse. So it takes time, you know, because it's not a small thing that you've got planned either. This is quite a significant project, right? Potentially life-changing for some of you. In terms of like, well, not just for you, but like for others, right? So there's a lot of variables involved. It's going to take a lot of careful planning to pull it off. So it's just going to take time. But it's worth investing the time, resources, energy into to make it happen, because I feel like this is really going to be quite a big blessing for you in disguise, right? I feel like as much as you feel like you're pouring so much of your energy and time into it, it will pay off. So it's worth making certain sacrifices now, even if that means, you know, not going out as much, you know, not living the life like you normally would. As the 8 of Cups there. Yeah, it means you might have to sacrifice some of the good times in order to make it happen. Maybe not buy as much stuff. Maybe watch your spending a little bit. It could be that you know, you just have to dedicate more hours to, you know, planning the project. But whatever it is, it's just going to take a bit of time, but you'll get there, right? So what I want to know is, what is your biggest strengths in relation to this? Because I feel like you have a lot that you can bring to the table in regards to whatever it is you're working on, or whatever career you're kind of trying to move into, or but I feel like for a lot of you it is a project, but for some of you, you're like stepping up into a new career. And you want to really, you know, make waves. So what's your biggest strengths that will help you to do that? Okay, 6 of Wands. So you're very creative-minded. You're very good at switching gears, right, in different situations. So you can. I feel like some of you will have many creative hats that and you can switch quite easily depending on what's asked of you. I feel like some of you are very good at managing people. Very good at bringing your ideas to life, right? And I feel like because of this drive and determination you have, you know, you tend to see an idea all the way through, right, from concept to finish. So yeah, that's definitely going to help you in regards to this. You need that kind of longevity with it, because it's not something that's going to happen overnight. This is something that's years in the making, right? Because of the scale that we're looking at for some of you. For some of you, it will just be that you're literally developing and nurturing your skill set and really growing into this role that you're moving into. So it takes time, and obviously the experience really comes in after, you know, you invest enough time into it, right? So, but yeah, I feel like a lot of you are very talented. You have a lot to give in a very creative way, right? So definitely play on that, like definitely use that to your advantage. Even if you come up with an idea and you think that's really wacky, I'm not sure anyone will go with it, try it out, test it, you know, see how it goes. Test it with a small group of people. 5 of Cups. Yeah, you need to watch your second guessing, because that's one of the other things that's holding you back right now. Not just like the logistics side of things, but I feel like, yeah, this second guessing that you're doing a lot right now, that's not helping, right? Because the universe is trying to pull these energies together, trying to help you bring together the variables that you need. But if you keep second guessing and questioning whether or not you want to do it anymore, those get moved further apart, right? So it's really important that you don't do that. But what else is kind of a hindrance to you right now in regards to this project or career move that you're taking? So I feel like, I mean, obviously we've all got weaknesses, right? And I feel like yours is kind of playing out a little bit. Okay, so you've got the Lovers card. So it could be that you're at odds with yourself, or that it could be like you haven't really formulated the ideas solidly in your mind. Like, you know what you want, but you haven't really solidified the plan in your mind, right? You might have even written it down, but it's not clear in the head and the heart. That's what I feel like in terms of this. For some of you, it can be that there's a relationship, a business partnership, or a romantic relationship that's holding you back from really going for it. And obviously that needs addressing, because that cannot be the case, right? You can't have people holding you back on what it is that you want to do in life. So you'll have to address that if it is a person. But I feel like for a lot of you, it's more of a head and heart is not quite on the same wavelength at the moment. So you have to kind of bring them onto the same page. So yeah, just take that as it resonates, if it does at all. But that's what I feel like. For some of you, it's kind of like you're being distracted by your relationships, either in a romantic sense or someone that you're supposed to be working with. Like I was saying earlier, that I felt like for some of you, there was kind of like you were really starting to take action, but whoever was supposed to help you make it come to light hasn't done their part, right? And you're feeling that. So I think that will apply for some of you. That this person is kind of holding you back, or this team of people are holding you back, or they're supposed to be helping you bring this project to life, right? So you may need to have a serious talk with them to try and get things moving. And if you can't reconcile, then you may need to get someone else on board. If it is a relationship, then you need to have a very open and honest conversation with your partner, because it cannot be that this person stops you from following your ambitions, right? And if they love you, they'll understand and they'll support you in that, not try and hold you back from taking action, okay? So have a look at that. Talk to those people if needed, if it applies, okay? So now what I want to look at is the direction you're moving into in regards to your work, right? Or this project that you're working on. What is Aries moving toward? The Devil card. Something's going to be a blessing in disguise, right? That's what I feel like with this. There's going to be certain obstacles that are really going to infuriate you, I think. But it actually turns out to be a blessing in disguise. Because if it's like, as I say, if there are people that are holding you back, if there are people holding you back, they will no longer do so eventually, right? I feel like you'll have this conversation with them, and if they're not on board, then they will end up falling by the wayside, okay? Which maybe feel a bit harsh and you might hurt in the beginning, but it'll be better for you in the long run, okay? I feel like if it is that you haven't got the resources that you need yet, then that will come in, but you have to discern what's going to actually work in your best interest and what isn't, because some of those things won't necessarily, even though they're packaged nicely, they're actually not going to be what you want. You're not going to get the best deal, right? So you have to really look at that and this, the fine print before you agree to anything. But some of those opportunities will really help, so do keep that in mind. And I feel like for some of you that this conflict with head and heart, this head and heart in that, I really want to work on this, but then again, I don't know how can I do this? I haven't got this, I haven't got that. Yeah, but I really want to make this happen. Like, that inner dialogue needs to end, right? Because that's adding to your stagnation. So you really need to exercise positive thinking, right? Really hone in on the laws of attraction at this time, because the universe is trying to help you, but it can't if you're having this constant inner chatter that's, you know, steering more towards the negative, okay? So really address that. So now I want to look at the best way to help you be in a position where you can really live the life that you're looking for, right? So you make this project come alive, or you really step into this role that you're after in terms of work, right? This career move that you're trying to make. What's the best way to get you there? Okay, you've got the Knight of Wands in the upright. So the best way to get there for you guys, Aries, is to really hone in on your strengths, right? And use it as momentum, right? Like I said, leave the negative thoughts and feelings behind you and really gather all of your strength and charge forward with a sense of renewed energy, right? Because you know that you have these strengths, you know what they are. So really use them as a means to pivot you in a direction that will bring you closer to making these things a reality, okay? Because I feel like many of you will be very good at like communicating your ideas with people and sketching them out, playing them out in some way. You know, so you need to really step into those aspects of yourself, you know. Because yeah, you have the means of making it happen. You know, okay, like I said, the resources or the platform or the individual isn't there yet, but they will come, right? The other aspects that you've already got down, really hone in on that. Use it to your advantage, okay? But it's important that your vision is very clear in your mind when you're moving forward, right? So have it in your mind all the time. Have it very clear. Picture it as well as you can, so that when you come forward and you're meeting with people, or you're you know, starting to make this project come alive, or that you start communicating with people that will help you to get into the role you want, it's abundantly clear what you have to bring to the table and what it means to you, right? Because if you're just like, oh, well, I kind of want to do that, but yeah, people are not going to take that seriously. Whereas if you're really like, you know, just very assertive and self-assured about what it is that you want in life, you're much more likely to get it, okay? So really take that fiery energy that you have with you moving forward, okay? Because that's going to help you, I think. That confidence you generally have, because I know like you guys have had a bit of a rough one lately as well, as with pretty much everyone. So your confidence may feel a bit knocked. Like it might not be operating as highly as it usually does for you, but you know, try and embrace that. You know, try and look at yourself more objectively, the circumstances more objectively, and realize that actually you're very resourceful, you're very abundant, you have a lot of good traits, good skills, and there are people that are going to connect with you, right? So really try and focus on building yourself up again. Yeah, and that will help you with this feeling of self-doubt. Alright, so I just want to pull the overall outcome for you. Okay, 2 of Wands, right? So, yeah, the start of a beautiful venture, potentially a very strong partnership. It could be that you end up collaborating with someone that can help you bring that to light. Right? It's the beginning of a very successful journey for yourself, but also for your business, or for your career, and for the company that you work for or will work for. I feel like, you know, on both levels, everyone's going to win, right? So that's very positive, that's very abundant, right? So you've got nothing to worry about, this is what I'm saying. You're moving in a very positive direction, but you just need to watch your negative thought patterns, okay? Don't slip into self-doubt, because that will hold you back. And I know there's been some, like, as I said, logistical issues, but they will be overcome with time. You know, if not immediately, you know, it won't take that long before you start to really find a solution, okay? But if it does involve other people that's holding you back, then you need to address that with them, okay? So you can move forward. So I hope that helps, Aries. As I said, like, you know, I know how it feels when you're just like itching to get started on something, but it's not quite happening. But that's my advice for you, you know, just take each step as it comes. It is going to take time, so try not to rush. Do the preparation, you know, be self-confident, self-aware. You have a lot to offer. This idea that you have is amazing. If it's not an idea, then the role that you're moving towards is absolutely suited to you, so no need to doubt yourself there or your capabilities. And yeah, just take it day by day, and things will start to move for you in a more forward direction, rather than feeling like you're being hindered or held back, right? So I hope that helps. Thank you so much for watching this read. If you enjoyed this format and you know, would like more videos like this, just let me know in the comments, or if you hate it even, that's fine, just let me know so I know for future reference. If you did like this read, do hit the thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. So thank you, Aries.